initiating a nationwide search for a tech startup worthy of our investment. In this completely original content series, random founders are invited to pitch their shitty products to our panel of killer whales. Are these companies all hype? Are they truly changing the world? Do we actually have money, and which numbers does Jesse know? F around and find out, only on Whalepond.
Hello, whales.
My name is Ariane.
And I'm Eric.
One of the co-founders and CEO at Synaptrix Labs. We're a neurotechnology startup creating non-invasive brain-computer interfaces and AI models to aid mobility and communication in paralyzed individuals.
Basically, making a mind control wheelchair that someone that can't use their hands can pilot just by thinking.
Yeah, our first device, Neuralis, is an EEG integrated headband that goes right around the back of the head and allows paralyzed patients to move their wheelchairs through just brain activity alone.
If you ever watch X-Men, it's Professor X, basically, but anyone can use it.
We've gotten grants from Microsoft, from UC Berkeley, UC Davis, and NYU, and we're looking for whatever change you can spare for our efforts. Yes. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
All right, they've ended their pitch, you can start talking.
I was gonna wait out the 90 seconds.
They're not gonna use their time? Eric and Ariane? What is your company's valuation?
I don't know, like 5 million, give or take right now.
Did you just evaluate it just off the top of your head?
Was that just a number that you threw out there?
How'd you come up with that number?
Some guy that we paid told us, yeah.
How much did you pay him? 6 million?
How many sellable units on the market today?
Preclinical biotech, 0 on the market. We're still
So
going.
you've never even touched a paralyzed person?
What is your name again?
Ariane.
And yours?
Eric.
So you don't have a working prototype?
Oh, we do.
We do.
Where?
Oh, well, we left it at home.
Why didn't you bring the prototype?
We can't market it without FDA approval.
He didn't tell me where I was going today, honestly.
Oh.
But yeah, now I know.
You're co-founders.
Yes.
Equal split? Because he tells you where to go.
Correct, yeah, he's my boss. This is my boss.
So what amount of equity do you have?
Well, we started off 50, and then I chose 17.35.
You chose it?
That's right.
Why?
With the clause that I never get diluted further down the line.
I want to know why Ariane is worth 4 times as much as...
That is a very good question. It raises some concern.
And as you answer that question, consider that your chances are higher if you don't make a fool of yourself.
Of course.
And it's Ariane and Steve?
Steven, very good. Yes, Steve for sure.
It's not. It's Eric. You should know his name.
I don't invest in jokers. Are you jokers?
Ariane isn't. He's got his head screwed on straight. Eric is
I
a
like
clown.
Ariane, not a fan of Devin.
That's why he's got 4 times the equity. Makes a lot of sense.
Let's have Charles be quiet for a moment. And have Ariane speak.
Yes, please.
Why should we invest?
And why are you worth 4 times as much as Thomas?
We need to understand where you're currently at, what each of you brings to the table, what your go-to-market strategy is, business model is.
There's 5.5 million paralyzed patients in the US. From ALS, spinal cord injury, other neurodegenerative conditions. There's no brain-computer interface designed to help in mobility, wheelchair control, or communication. That's been approved in the US by the FDA or in Europe.
There are, however, a large number of brain-computer interfaces that are currently being developed for that purpose by people with vastly greater resources than the two of you. So what gives you the competitive advantage? Why would I invest in you instead of something like Neuralink or what's Brian Johnson's Kernel? Because Kernel is non-invasive as well.
Yeah, but Kernel is focused on biomarker monitoring like actually alcohol use, stroke, seizure.
I do have a question for Victor. 11 times 12, what is it?
Solve the question, please.
Sure, 1 second. 131.
121.
No, it's 132. 11 times 12?
I think everybody did well. Let's have some more serious conversation about your company. You said that you've gotten further in controlling a wheelchair than other existing projects. What makes you say that? Archibald, please don't interrupt.
We don't require a specialized chair. We're just concerned about the BCI device itself and the signal processing that goes on the device.
What is it that you're doing that sets you apart from all of those existing solutions, the non-invasive ones? I understand that you're not drilling holes in people's skulls. I'm sure you'd like to.
And let's have that question answered by Dattatreya.
Our device doesn't actually involve a bunch of electrodes all around your head. It's kind of like if you take a headphone band and just stick around the back, basically invisible from the front, invisible unless you're really looking for it. And the current solution on the market that lets you move a wheelchair with your mind involves a big screen right in front of your face. It's not very, user-friendly. It's kind of hard to have a normal conversation.
As of right now, I'm hearing an interesting company, an exciting product, and a co-founder that does not take himself or the company seriously.
I very much apologize, Shark on the Rise. I will do so.
Whale. What's it like dealing with this? Is it always like this?
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, it's hard for us to want to invest money when the leadership team is a little finicky. I mean, I trust Arian.
Yep,
I trust him.
I do too. I think you have vision. I'd like to know more about that vision. What is your go-to-market strategy? How far is your product from being ready for human trials?
So product's about 3 months out from human trials. We're aiming for about early August, a month-long early feasibility study. It's already been approved by the FDA, actually.
Do you have an existing relationship with hospitals or like recovery centers?
NYU Langone and New York Presbyterian, which is Columbia University's hospital. We emailed their lead occupational therapist and we said, we have a device that allows your paralyzed patients who have no good solutions currently to move their wheelchairs to actually move their wheelchairs. Would you like to see?
And Arian, do you have a relationship with a man or woman?
With a woman.
Interesting.
To date, how much money have you raised?
Bootstrapped everything, grants, again from Microsoft, UC Davis, UC Berkeley, NYU.
How much in total?
Sub 50.
Sub 50,000.
Of cash, not compute grants, yeah.
In compute grants?
$250,000.
And your technology, can it move any chair?
99% of the market, yeah. Permobial quantum.
Arian and Bradler, touch your toes.
Oh, like actually touch my toes?
Yes. Okay, and that is all?
I'm out. Just from that, I'm out.
What are your guys' backgrounds?
I've worked at NYU's medical school for the last 3 years on Alzheimer's disease clinical trials, but same for neural interfaces, trying to way to slow cognitive decline, led the trial for the last year before starting the company.
Who's cognitive decline?
Eric's?
Patients with Alzheimer's, but also Eric's.
And yeah. I study machine learning, graduating NYU in 2 weeks now. So.
And as far as how many years have passed since either of you were born individually?
21 and a half.
22.
I like that you count by halves. Makes you sound like an excited 8-year-old. I like that in a founder. How much are you spending?
At the moment, we're transitioning from open source hardware to building our own chipset, so that's going to increase our cost, but right now it's about $3,000 to $4,000.
Okay, so you have, under 20 months of runway?
And I think that's plenty of time. We just bought an RC car.
We can drive a car around with the device, which is cool.
That's right. Like a small one, not
a real car.
Not like a...
Silence Bartholomew!
How much are you looking for, and what percentage of your company are you willing to give up?
Yeah, realistically, we're raising $500,000, 4.5 million pre-money, so that comes out to like 11.11% post-dilution.
You're looking for 500,000 for how much?
It comes out to like, what's 10%?
For 10%. So 5 million valuation. Is there something you want to quickly show us that would convince us that you've made enough progress to give you an advantage in what I imagine will be an increasingly competitive market in the next couple of years?
I can like mime out.
Nope.
I mean, I was
Actually, yes.
I was open to this.
Sorry.
Beep, beep.
Gentlemen, this is child's play.
All right. Let's try this. If your product is so good, what number am I thinking of?
Great question.
73.
That's right. That's correct.
I'm out.
I'm on the fence, and I want to be swayed.
How committed are you to the company?
Full-time, maxed out credit cards.
And you have a girlfriend?
Yeah,
And you consider yourself fully committed to the company?
it's a good question.
I think it's admirable that you're trying to solve a real problem. It sounds like you may be working on a good product. You haven't shown us the product here, which would be the most compelling argument to get investment. Unfortunately, I don't see your advantage over existing players in the field. Ultimately, whoever gets their product on paralyzed people first will end up controlling that market. Once it's on, it's kind of like Apple's business model. It's like once they're locked in, they're really locked in. And for that reason, I'm out.
Aryan and Xander, you both have a very compelling product. I think it's admirable that you're trying to corner the wheelchair market. I'm going to want to see a real working prototype. I'm going to want to see some maturity on the leadership team. Christopher's been cracking a lot of jokes. And honestly, I don't see him as a serious businessman. Aryan, you have a lot of potential. I can tell that you're very intelligent. Your partner there is a dunce and an idiot. I do see him as limiting growth, and I know you signed a contract preventing his dilution of shares.
What we recommend is come back with a working prototype without Captain Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo Jojo has to go, 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 go. We like the wheelchair, we like the wheels. We wish we didn't have to imagine the product in our mind, but I guess it's on brand considering it is a mind-operated product. And yeah, I'd be willing to wager a toothbrush used.
Used. What percentage do you want for the toothbrush?
98.
That's on the table.
I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to level with you, Aryan. Your partner is dim. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Sharp as a marble. Truly, he does not know where he's going. I can't be certain, but I reckon it's going to limit your growth, as my fellow whale suggested. However, the idea is compelling. You two look like a diverse high school friend group.
Might I add, they look like a Red Box Harold and Kumar.
Correct. Lisa just isn't cutting it, as far as I can tell. But the product, I'd be willing to revisit it once you guys have progressed a little further. I'd love to revisit this conversation, revisit an opportunity to invest, but I only invest in products that exist.
But thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And in conclusion, we are out.
He's thinking all of that too. He's not even doing anything.
That's crazy.